is, becomes even less. But I also believe that what I call the Swiss cheese phenomenon, all right, the cheese with the little dots, if more people begin to stand up for others, at some point we'll get to a tipping point. And then those who go against what is generally accepted as the right way to behave then become challenged. Today, if you stand for what is right, you are the one that has a problem. The way Nigeria is structured today. But the time will come if more people. I was listening to a lady the other day. Some law officer, broke the traffic light, and she actually drove after the fellow, stopped him, and said, "Excuse me, you just broke the law." All right. Now, if more people will do that today,
and the law officer, did not harass her.
That's the point. That's the point. You see, I mean, she didn't say he harassed her, but in my mind, I was like, "Oh, that's a great one. Somebody's actually standing up." And more, those of us who have been privileged to be educated and enlightened have a responsibility to stand up for those who do not have the advantage that we have, that education and enlightenment has brought to us. I'll give you an example. We were traveling, I think 2 days ago, middle of nowhere. So this guy stopped us, police. So I just sat in the car, didn't say a word. The driver goes and they say, "Oh, your particular, da-da-da-da-da." Then after a while, they put our particulars in their pocket, all right? So I said to the driver, "Okay, you just sit in the car." So I get up, I go to the policeman, I said to them, "Are you checking our particulars?" He looked at me, and he was like, "Who would be asking me if I'm checking his particulars? Could it be he knows that I shouldn't be doing this?" I don't know if you're getting it. I mean, the IG has said it in the press that the police has no business checking for certain particulars from you. And so I guess they figured, we're not sure who this guy is. It might be safe to just say, "Okay, Oga, go." I don't know if you're getting it. And that's the kind of thing that I think that those of us who are privileged to have education and enlightenment must begin to do in this regard.
Okay. Mr. Olaskomi, you have been in the forefront of rights for the youth.
Yes.
But he has given Nigeria a very poor score, on the average, 4/10, as regards human rights. Do you agree with him?
Yeah, partially I think I will agree with him that we are poor in that aspect, that we didn't meet up with that. And who is to be blamed? Government have a role to play.
No, hold on. Who is to be blamed? Government. You just went straight from who is to be blamed to government.
Yeah, government needs to be blamed.
Why?
Being appointed a minister of information, part of your duty is to educate the citizen. Going to the forward of the university does not give you some level of education when it comes to the issue of human rights. But as a minister of information, you have some agencies under that ministry. That's National Orientation Agency. You are to orientate the citizen. All I believe that is supposed to be done is you must go out, carry out an advocacy, sensitize. This is what you are supposed to do. This is what you are not supposed to do. You have a right to this. You have a right to. You don't have a right to this. Take for instance, few days ago, I was riding in a car with a friend. The traffic lights passed, put up a green light. That is go. We were about moving. There was a little bit traffic in the front. It was on amber. That's a yellow light. We were at the middle of it. Then we now moved. The agency came and said, "Stop! You have broke the light. You have broke the traffic light." I said, "What do you mean?" That he now said, "The yellow light." I said, "It is not yellow light. It's amber light, not yellow." He looked at me. He said, "Hey, I have every record. I have every evidence to prove that you have broken." I said, "Look, do you know what? I want to go to your office, and you must show me that evidence that you have." At a point, a senior colleague now came and said, "Oga, what's the problem?" I said, "The problem is your boy said I broke the traffic law, and he said he has an evidence, and I want him to give me that evidence." I have agreed with him. He said we should go to it. So he said, "I want to go to your office. he should give me that evidence. The senior court was now saying, it is not like that. I said, no, we have to go to that your office, and that man must produce that evidence. These are some of the things I feel government should orientate every citizen of the country, that so that all these law enforcement agents will not trample on your right.
Okay, but
one of the instances I have at Bola Ige Center for Justice, we took it upon ourselves that henceforth we'll be visiting schools, because we now realize that even parents were trampling on the right of their children. I have a case study. A parent beat his child mercilessly, all because he said the child is stubborn. To the extent that you see marks on the body of the child. We have to make sure we reported the matter to the Lagos State Ministry, and they took up the matter. The principal of the school, the vice principal of the school, they were all detained for 2 days. Why? They said they should have been in the better position to report the matter to them, not even we. That for them not to have done that, they were detained for 2 days, while the case of the mother is still with the mother.